One major television station I love to watch is the Learning Channel, otherwise known as TLC. But what are we necessarily learning from this so-called Learning Channel? The Learning Channel specializes in making a spectacle out of people, whether they be a family of people with dwarfism on the show Our Little Family, or an obese person struggling to live in My 600-Pound Life. TLC claims to be a station showing the daily efforts of what it's like living as a shorter person in our world, or the struggles of a person who chronically eats too much food. But really they are just exploiting people's lives for entertainment purposes and money. In reality, TLC is allowing viewers to watch people's battles without having to participate in them, relishing in the fact that we are normal, all in the comfort of our own home. This television watching relates to a term called voyeurism. Voyeurism traditionally is defined as gaining pleasure or gratification from watching another person's sexual experience without them knowing. But when people view TLC shows, they are participating in a kind of lifestyle voyeurism. This means people are watching for pleasure, but not in a sexual way. For instance, the movie 50 Shades of Grey shows a relationship full of bondage and submission, and judging by the box office records, many people went to view this type of relationship. The movie gives us an excuse to go experience something new, knowing that at the end of the day, it was just someone else's lives and not ours. We can come home to our own lives and know we don't have to engage in such acts. When humans engage in voyeurism, we are enjoying someone's pain, suffering, or pleasure without even dirtying our hands. But TLC's show, My 600-Pound Life, is not one of sexual relationships or for educational purposes. Rather, it is sad and depressing instead of being happy and hopeful, capturing the extreme hardships of someone's life. When watching someone who is so obese that they can't even climb up the stairs, we are watching them suffer without actually having to suffer ourselves. The show depicts a lifestyle that we will hopefully never have to experience, but still can glorify in not being like them. In a sense, it is almost a relief, watching someone so distraught knowing you are perfectly comfortable in your everyday life, with issues completely opposite of theirs. This is similar to the process of a person releasing their emotions, otherwise known as catharsis, because we are basically purging out our emotions through something else, in this case, the lives of others. The show is almost one of a transforming experience, making us realize how lucky we are to not look like the participants on the shows. Our stress seems minuscule compared to the stress of a 600-pound woman who can barely walk. Are we watching to learn, or are we just mocking how others look compared to us? The individuals presented on the show clearly know how difficult they have it, but that does not stop us from tuning into their struggle. This is the sad reality of our culture, that we have come so low as to watching the difficulties of others is enjoyable instead of focusing on our own. Ideally, we should stop watching these shows that mock the unique and different lives of our fellow Americans. But realistically, we aren't going to stop watching, as we get almost high on these shows that bring us pleasure without actually having to participate in the show. What we can do is learn to watch well, which means watching with an informed and open mind instead of one searching purely for entertainment. These people are just like us, only they may lead a different lifestyle. It is cruel to make a spectacle out of people who aren't necessarily putting on a show for us. If we watch in order to support people on their journeys and learn about something we didn't know before, we are learning to watch with a purpose, which is what TLC should have started doing in the first place.